What's up, y'all? It is your boy Red, and I want to say, if y'all watched the last part, my bad at the end because I said that we did all the challenge acts for Real Canyon, and no, we did not. Yeah, this is the last one, for us to do. But yeah, and more chaos control. Levels. I really wish that some of the levels utilized more in terms of challenge X. I wish there was a little bit more utilization of like not really just chaos control, but like just like kind of all of his powers. But the reason they kind of couldn't do that is because, you know, you have to do the challenge X to like progress. So yeah, if there's like a power up that comes after this, it's not really going to be used here for real, which I guess, but it kind of is just like because dang, I hate when like I hate games like this when you have like different power ups or like upgrades, but there's really no reason to like go back to earlier stages and use them. Like kind of like a, you know, like a Metroidvania type joint, or like Mega Man X or something like that. Even though like the flight, which is like dope as fuck, you can use that in any stage. But like, yeah. But then again, I may be just I don't know what I'm really just trying to. Hold on, scratch that. I'm not trying to critique the challenge X too bad because I feel like after like a year or two, I don't think the challenge X is gonna be what like brings us back to play this game. The same way with Sonic Generations. Even minus like having mods and stuff, I think the stages themselves, that's the main event. But yeah. Okay, and now we officially have the key. Word. And I'm going to try and get this music note, cause why not? Oh, and expect so at the end of the playthrough, I do have plans to go over all the artwork, and I guess the songs too, but really the artwork. Or really the collection room in general. That's what we're gonna do. So stay tuned for that. And if it's already out by the time you watch this, go ahead and go check that out. But yeah. Now I will say the overworld it's pretty small and like condensed, and I like it, but it's just like, I think around this point, I'm kind of confused on where I'm going. And I know they're like the little, what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm not really trying to say nothing. I'm just talking. Nah, I'm just playing. Okay, cool. And Omega doesn't really have much to say. But nah, we matriculating on over here to the, what's this stage called? The Final Chase. Well, this game calls it Space Colony Arc. Which I guess that was the name of, I mean, technically, yeah, that's the name of the stage in SA2. It's just that every individual character gets like a individual, like, unique name for the stage, even if like they're in the same place. Like City Escape, Radical Highway, Mission Street, Route 280 or whatever it's called. All that's in the same place. But there aren't multiple characters in this game, so it made sense. And I will say that this challenge X seems pretty cool. Oh, I remember when I before I decided not to continue with the Challenge X and Sonic Generations, I was doing like a little rating system. So sorry for not rating the Rail Canyon stages, but I guess I'll rate these at the end and see how I feel about them. But I do remember this one being like, okay, this one's kind of cool. But like I said, any of the Challenge X that feel like just like kind of regular stages, like bite size, I usually like those. Like this one is going on for like a minute. I give this one a what? And my standards aren't very high for these Challenge X neither, so I give this one what? A 7 out of 10. It was like a little short burst of like, you know, speed. And then we beat the chaos, the artificial chaos. So extra points for that. Okay. Matriculating. And oh, I actually have the Final Chase song. That'll be very fitting because the Space Colony art, they give you one thing I thought that was weird that they it's Final Rush in terms of the song, which is Sonic stage. Unless I haven't like just listened hard enough or listened closely enough. Is this a part of the song too? Did they mash up Final Chase and Final Rush? Yeah, that's really, I feel like that's really that's one of the things that's like, kind of, I guess, because I feel like there could have been better, like, shadow representation in the game. But, yeah, we'll save that for a little bit later where I feel like I can, like, really hone in on that. So, yeah. And that was Act 1 Challenge X. So yeah, y'all see, they're not really that long. Like I feel like in Generations, some of them can get like a little like, even in this game, like they do get slightly longer as you go. But I feel like none of them are really like. I feel like out of all the challenges, I don't think none of them really go on for too long. Especially once you figured out like the challenge. Now, if it's something that, you know, if you die a couple times or like, you know, you haven't figured out the stage, yeah, they'll may take like a little bit longer. But like once you like figured whatever the problem is out, I feel like most of the Challenge X are like under a minute and 45 seconds. Some of them are like, and no, some of them are like really, really short. I know it's like one of them that's like, I think I completed in like 30 seconds or something like that. So, like I said, in general, I think the Challenge X are better in this game. But, like I said, with Sonic Generations, even though they're like cool or whatever, I do think this is the low point of the game. And I think it would have been better if we could have just did one Challenge X. But I guess they wanted this to feel more like a, I guess they wanted this to have a similar playtime to Sonic Generations. Cause even though this game, like it's obvious that it isn't as much content as regular Generations, well, Sonic Generations, it does feel like a bit. It does feel like a game that's just as big. Okay. Now this Challenge Act takes advantage of the. I done forgot what the name of that is. The Doom. Oh my god, the Doom something. And this is the best Chaos Control has ever looked too. I just love the effect that it gives. And I missed that middle. Dang. And I give that one a, I think I'll give that one a 7 out of 10 too. I think 7 is like, when I'm rating these and I say 7 is more like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's inoffensive. I think a 7 is inoffensive. But if I end up seeing myself saying 7 for everything, I'm gonna just stop rating them. Okay. And we have Act 2 Challenge 2. Let's see what this one hitting on. And it's another. The challenge acts really The challenge acts really love you to use chaos control. Okay. Now that is ripped from the stage. But it's kind of easy for them to hide the fact that this is like really like kind of Act 1 because Final Rush and Final Rush and what's the other one? Final Chase. They're more or less like kind of just platforms like in space, like floating around. Especially when you look at it in SA2. And somehow the city or whatever that is, or whatever those buildings are in the background, apparently, I don't know, they look like they set up upside down, but it's like how? Okay. I'm gonna try to get this little, or I guess not. I think I'm trying to go for the gold one. The gold ones are like actual like songs, which I guess you could say is more valuable, but oh, oh wow. Okay, I'll try that one more time. But I think I'm trying to figure out how to get there, like within a good time frame. Which, like in regular Sonic Generations, you kind of just, once you hit it, you just run for it. Kind of like how I just did right there, actually. But I feel like kind of, and that's another thing, getting the music notes, even though we're in 3D now, some of them aren't that bad for real, because they'll like this one that we just got, it was gonna be up here, like going back and forth. And yeah, this is the first stage, but I kind of think that applies to some of the later ones too. Like, they're not that hard to get, unlike Generations. Well, Sonic Generations, where, ooh, some of the ones in like Crisis City and Planet Wisp and Spagonia, some of them be hard to get. Like, some of them you have to like run around like 2, 3, 4 times to get, especially on your first playthrough. And all of a sudden we have Cubot and Orbot, which I don't really know what. Has Shadow been around them before? I guess. Or has he? I don't think. Well, honestly, y'all know me. If it comes to anything Forces and After, I'm not too much aware of. I'm gonna be honest. But before then, I don't think so. Okay, and we got Radical Train, which I appreciate the fact that they, I appreciate the fact that they added, like, more songs and artwork in Shadow Generations, but kind of wish they would have added them in Sonic Generations too.